Good morning, children. In the last class, we talked about Vallam. Vallam is a very small wooden boat used in Kerala. Then we discussed about camel cart, bullock cart. Camel cart is mainly found in desert areas like Rajasthan. Bullock cart is used in village plains. Then we talked about mode of transportation for girls, which is bicycle. Girls go through to school in a comfortable manner and it helped a lot in increasing literacy rate of girls. Then we finally discussed about a jugaad vehicle where we saw a motorcycle fitted into bullock cart or horse cart. Now let us continue our chapter. Come to page number 8. On this page, there is a story in which children go to school crossing a jungle. We have to go through a thick forest to reach school. Some places it is so thick that even sunlight does not pass through. It is very silent there. You can only hear the sounds of different birds and other creatures. So, children, have you ever been in a thick jungle or any place? Write your experiences in your notebook. So you have to write whether have you gone through a jungle and how do you felt during going through the jungle. While going through the jungle, can you recognize some birds by their sounds? Can you imitate the sounds of some birds? Do it. Our next topic is moving on the snow. Here you can see that some girls are going to school by moving on the snow. Snow falls mainly in cold areas like Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, etc. So children there have to go through the snow. Let us read what girls are saying. See how we reach school. We go to school through miles of snow. We hold hand and walk carefully. If the snow is soft, our feet sink into it. When the snow is frozen, we may slip and fall. Here is a picture of Jammu and Kashmir. You can see that girls are going to school on snow. It is very difficult to walk on snow. Now we come to page number 9. Here is a picture of Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand is full of mountains, so the path here are full of rocks or the plain path is not found here. Here some students or children are going to school through the rocky path. They are telling their story how they go to school through these rocky paths. They are saying that we live in the mountains. The paths are rocky and uneven. The children who live in the plains will find it difficult to walk on these, but we can easily race up and down. As I said earlier, Uttarakhand is full of mountains, so the paths there are not even and rocky. The people living in plains like us or you living in Mysuru will go to Uttarakhand, then you will have difficulty in walking in Uttarakhand roads. Next, there are some questions. No matter whether there is a dense forest, farms, mountains or snow on the way, we manage to reach school. Do you face some difficulties on the way to your school? Which is the Best month in which you like to go to school. Why? You have to write some reasons. Why do you go to school in some your favorite months? Now there is an activity for you. Go to a ground or an open space with your friends. Act the way you will walk in these situations. The ground is made of soft and smooth rose petals. Here, instead of rose petals, you can take any flower and you lay them on ground and walk on it and tell your experience. How did you feel? In the next situation, the ground covered with thorns and tall grass on the sides. Next is the ground covered with snow. Instead of snow, you can take your ice from your fridge. Spread it on your ground and walk on it. Here is an article written by Sagar Mishra, class 5, who studies in Madhya Pradesh. So he says, the student who failed in the test, he gets 30 rulers in his hands, or he was beaten by his teachers, 30 rulers on his hand. Those students who fool around in the test or those who do cheating in the test gets 15 rulers. Those students who does not do their homework gets 8 rulers, and those whose nails, teeth, dress were not clean gets 30 sit-ups. Having fun in the class when teacher is out, they get punishment of standing on one leg for 2 hours. And those students who not back in the class after the recess will get punishment of stand on the bench with your hands up in the air for 1 hour. So this was about the school of Sagar Mishra in Madhya Pradesh. Now, any kind of physical or mental punishment is banned by Indian government, and teacher cannot give punishment to the students. I hope you can do these questions. Now you draw a picture of your dream school in your notebook and write about it and share in the class. You draw in your notebook the picture of your school and you take the picture and share in the WhatsApp group. Now we quickly summarize these chapters. At first we saw some children walking through the jungles. Then we saw some children going to school by moving on the snow. These snow are so slippery that students may fall on it. Third, we saw a picture of Uttrakhand in which children were going to school moving on a rocky path. At last, we saw some punishment in the schools of Madhya Pradesh. Now the punishments are banned by the government.